What is up, awesome people of the internet? Team USA has finally gotten their wake-up call. Yesterday, on the 4th of July in Mexico, the USA women's basketball team lost to Brazil in the AmeriCup tournament. And this is the US's first loss in the AmeriCup tournament in 2 years. So, yeah, this was very, very serious. This game was a game that I was really anticipating because Brazil is a very seasoned team that I knew would come to play in this game, and play they did. The Brazil team beat the USA 67-54, and I'm not really surprised by the results of this game, and here's why. The United States is a very individually talented team. They have a lot of very, very talented individuals who play for Team USA. These are some of the top players in college right now, and they're just very good. So individually, great players. But Brazil is a team that is all about team basketball. And as a team, Brazil is kind of unstoppable. They had a really rough game against Venezuela on the 3rd, which they barely squeaked by and won that game, which was a surprise for me. But I knew that they would come to the U.S. correct, and they would come trying to win and doing everything they can to win. And, that entails team basketball. And that is something that the U.S., while they're individually very talented, this team is not really a team. And it was very, very evident, kind of from the jump. So I kind of felt that, throughout the entire game, the U.S. was just slightly out of place on defense, just slightly out. Like they were a little bit too slow when it came to getting back on fast breaks, when it came to jumping out on your man, when they just caught the ball and they're about to shoot. They were just a little bit slow and a little bit off on defense. And even though their defense wasn't very good, they still could have won this game. Brazil only scored 67 points. Like, that's not a lot of points. The U.S. could have scored more points. However, they didn't really run any plays the entire game. They just kind of ran around, and the ball just kind of stuck with players. That's problematic against a team like Brazil, who is very, very solid defensively and won't let you just run amok in the paint. Like, Brazil won't do that. And it seemed like the U.S. had no response because they were just a team of individuals, not really a team. And this really led to some bad stats for the U.S. The U.S. had, I believe, 21 turnovers total in this game, and they only finished the game with 4 assists. That is right, 4 assists. The entire game, 4 assists. That's just wild for a team to just have 4 assists and 21 turnovers. And it just highlights what I just said. This team is not really a team. It's just full of individuals who just kind of want to do their own thing and hope to win based off of sheer talent. And sheer talent alone will not get you over the hump when it comes to a team like Brazil. A team like Brazil, you need some strategy to beat this team. Yes, the U.S. was really, really struggling with their three-point shot. They were really, really struggling with that. And that was a factor for sure. But I still think they should have done a better job really playing as a team. And I think some of that has to fall on Coach Cammie Etheridge, because she just really needs to light a fire in this team and get them to play together, which is, something that you gotta do. I get that the U.S. is a young team. I mentioned that in my last video. If you want to take a look at that over here, I talk a little bit more about that. The U.S. is the youngest team by far in this tournament, and yes, sure, that's a factor. But the U.S. is still, even though they're so young, they're still a way better talented team than basically anybody else in this tournament. And youth doesn't mean anything. I think when it really came down to it, as I just keep mentioning, Team basketball was the factor in this game. And youth, while it has a factor, like sure it's important, it's not that important. I will say on a positive note, for the U.S. side, Lauren Betts had a very, very good game. She started this game. This is the first start in the 3 games so far. She finished the game with 11 points and 15 rebounds with 3 blocks. So a really, really solid game for her. Here's the box score for Team USA. The starters for this game was Raven Johnson, Rickea Jackson, Angel Reese, Charisma Osborne, and Lauren Betts. So yeah, tough game for the U.S. Offensively and also defensively. They were just a little bit slow. On to Brazil. And now let me tell you, I was so excited for this AmeriCup tournament when I found out that WNBA vet Rickea de Souza was playing for Brazil. Now, y'all, Rickea de Souza is 41 years old. I can't believe she's still playing basketball, y'all. Now, let me just do a little bit quick rant. Just real quick. Quick rant about Rickea de Souza. Rickea de Souza played in the WNBA from 2002 to 2017, and she really is a vet. She lasted for a long time in the WNBA as an undrafted player. Rickea de Souza was on a bunch of teams. She was on the LA Sparks, the Atlanta Dream, the San Antonio Silver Stars, aka now the Las Vegas Aces, the Chicago Sky, and the Connecticut Sun. She was just all over the place. And the thing I really liked about Rickea de Souza is that she was just a hard worker. She was a player that gave it all that she had when she was on the court. As she started getting older, she wasn't as good, of course. She wasn't as productive offensively, but she was a player that you can always rely on to get a solid 20 minutes. Rickea is an OG of the WNBA, and I just really want to make sure that as the WNBA grows, as women's basketball grows, I want to make sure that we remember some of the names of these players who really were the OGs of this game. And Rickea de Souza is one of those players. Like, I remember years and years and years watching Rickea de Souza play for various teams, including my own Chicago Sky. And she was just a great player. She didn't really smile, but she was a great player. And I loved watching her play, even though for the most part of her career, she was on teams. She was not on my team, for most of her career, but she was just really good. And she had some very, very good years with the Atlanta Dream. If you ever want to go back and look at the archives, you can watch some of her games. She was a good player. And I was just so excited when I saw that that Rickea de Souza was on this team, mainly because I hadn't really heard much from her since she left the WNBA. I just haven't. And I assumed that she had retired and, was living her best life in Brazil. And I'm sure she still is living her best life, but she's still playing basketball with that life. And so, I just wanted to give that rant. Please, women basketball fans, new fans, old fans, put some respect on Rickea de Souza's name. She is an OG, and she really is one of the pioneers for women's basketball, especially women's basketball in Brazil. That's my rant. Rant over. Now on to how Brazil performed. So as I mentioned, Brazil really plays like a team. And it's kind of hard not to play like a team when your team is led by 41-year-old vet Rickea de Souza. She's coming off the bench leading the team, and it's kind of hard to not play like a team when you have that much women's basketball knowledge in her brain. Brazil really wasn't doing anything super fancy. They were just moving the ball around. And players are making the right reads. They were passing the ball to the right person, so they can capitalize. They had their heads up, so they were able to capitalize on some fast break points. And it just felt like they were just making the right pass. regardless of if the player that they passed to made the shot or not. It was just the right pass. It was just solid ball all throughout the game. Of course, there were some sloppy moments, but like overall, I think Brazil had a very good game. And here is the box score. As you can see, the starters for Brazil was Tiana Piaxo, Camila Cardoso, Damaris Dantas, Deborah Costa, Emanuele de Oliveira. I don't know how to pronounce her name. I'm sorry for butchering those names. So yeah, those are the starters. And as you can see, Taina scored 23 points, and basically all of her points were from the free throw line because the U.S. kept fouling her. And I just, this was a big problem for the U.S. Just giving Brazil so many free throws, so many free throws. Yes, Brazil did give us quite a bit. Brazil gave us 31 free throws, and we gave them 25 free throws. Just a lot of free throws, a lot of fouls, and that really was a big piece in this game. Camila Cardoso had a okay game. She had 10 points, 50% from the field, with six rebounds. Erica de Souza came in, and again, she was solid. She had 7 points and 7 rebounds, playing on only 12 minutes. But overall, yeah, Brazil, as you can see, looking at the plus minus, Brazil just overall was really good. And the turnovers were really, really low. They had 9 turnovers in this game. 9 turnovers versus the U.S.'s 21 turnovers. That's a huge difference. All right, guys, that is the video. The Team USA lost to Brazil. It was really a tough game for the U.S., but really a necessary game because the U.S. wants to go far in this tournament and they want to win. Ultimately, that's the goal, is to ultimately win this tournament. And the U.S. cannot do that if they don't play together. So I'm really hoping that Coach Etheridge just works with this team and just be like, hey, y'all got to play like a team. If y'all gonna try to win, y'all need to play like a team. You are the most talented team in this tournament. Just play like it. Play together like it. So we will see how the U.S. does in the rest of this tournament. But yeah, that is the video, guys. What do y'all think about this game? Did y'all watch this game? What do y'all think about how the U.S. played? Did they feel slow to you? Like I thought they felt slow. Like they felt like they were just a little bit off. Did you feel that way too? What do y'all think about just not a ton of ball movement? And just some sort of stagnant play for Team USA. What did you think about the fact that it just didn't really seem like they were running any plays? Maybe they were. It didn't feel like it. But yeah, let me know what y'all thought in the comments below. Thank y'all so much for watching. I wasn't actually planning on making a video about this game, but the game was so interesting that I was like, you know what, I should make a video about it. So here's the video. Let me know what y'all think. Thanks for watching. Please like it if you like it. And thanks so much, guys. Until next time. Bye.